Have you ever acted impulsively, only to regret it later? What if I told you that the ability to control your emotions and master your reactions is entirely within your reach? Many of us go through life feeling as though our emotions are dictated by external events, leaving us powerless. However, Marcus Aurelius teaches us a timeless truth. Real power lies in recognizing the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. This seemingly simple insight is the first step toward mastering our emotional responses. The Stoic philosopher reminds us that while we cannot control other people's actions, the weather, or even the random thoughts that surface in our minds, we always retain the power to choose how we respond to them. Picture a scenario where something stressful occurs. Perhaps a colleague criticizes your work, or you find yourself stuck in traffic. These situations can easily provoke frustration, anger, or anxiety. Yet by acknowledging that these external circumstances are beyond our control, we liberate ourselves from the emotional weight they impose. Instead of getting caught up in frustration, we can direct our focus toward the one thing we do control: our reaction. When we stop attempting to control everything around us, we begin to notice a profound shift. Our inner turmoil starts to subside. By releasing the need to manage the uncontrollable, we cultivate the ability to respond calmly and thoughtfully, no matter the situation. This mindset doesn't mean becoming indifferent or passive. Rather, it allows us to be more intentional in directing our energy, attention, and emotional responses. By embracing the Stoic principle of focusing only on what lies within our control, we empower ourselves to act with clarity and purpose. This deliberate approach helps us reclaim our power, one decision at a time. Emotions, of course, are a natural part of being human. Yet, as Marcus Aurelius points out, they are not the essence of who we are. Emotions are fleeting. They ebb and flow like waves in the sea. When we let them consume us, we risk mistaking them for our identity. But what if we could observe our emotions without allowing them to dominate us? This is where the concept of detachment becomes essential. Think back to a time when you felt anger, sadness, or frustration. In that moment, it might have seemed as though those emotions were controlling you, dictating your actions and thoughts. However, emotions are merely temporary reactions to events. They don't define your character or your worth. By acknowledging the transience of emotions, we stop tying our sense of self to them. For instance, when anger arises, we can remind ourselves, this anger is just a passing feeling. It's not who I am. This shift in perspective gives us the space to respond with intention and wisdom, rather than reacting impulsively. The more we practice observing our emotions without identifying with them, the freer we become. We begin to understand that we are not at the mercy of every emotional wave that comes our way. Instead, we grow more grounded, steady, and deliberate in facing life's challenges. It's not about suppressing emotions, but recognizing that they don't control us. Through detachment, we reclaim the power to choose our actions without being swept away by temporary feelings. We've all experienced moments where we reacted impulsively, only to regret it afterward. Marcus Aurelius distinguishes between reacting and responding, a difference that can transform how we navigate any situation. Reactions are automatic and driven by emotion, often leading to outcomes we later wish we could change. Responses, on the other hand, are intentional and shaped by our values and rational thought. Imagine someone says something hurtful to you. Your immediate reaction might be anger or defensiveness. But if you pause and take a breath before responding, you create a moment of clarity. This pause is critical. It allows you to step back from the intensity of the initial emotion and choose the best course of action. Instead of reacting out of hurt or frustration, you respond thoughtfully, staying aligned with your values and long-term goals. By mastering this skill, we take control of our emotional landscape and begin to live with greater purpose, clarity, and inner peace, where our emotions and actions are leading us. Marcus Aurelius believed that self-awareness through reflection was essential for personal growth and maintaining a sense of purpose. By setting aside time to reflect, we create an opportunity to learn from our experiences and make intentional adjustments to improve. Imagine ending your day by asking yourself questions like, did I act in alignment with my values today? Were my responses to challenges thoughtful and constructive? What can I learn from my actions, both good and bad? This simple practice of introspection can help us cultivate emotional mastery and develop resilience. For example, if you notice a pattern of reacting defensively when criticized, reflection gives you the chance to explore the root of that behavior and consider how you might respond differently in the future. Reflection isn't about dwelling on mistakes or judging yourself harshly. It's about learning and growing. It gives you the space to acknowledge your progress, celebrate your victories, and identify areas where you can improve. Over time, daily reflection becomes a powerful tool for emotional regulation and intentional living. It helps you approach life with clarity and purpose, transforming impulsive reactions into thoughtful responses. This practice of self-awareness is not only a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, but also a pathway to living a more fulfilled and centered life. By taking just a few moments each day to reflect, you reclaim control over your emotions and decisions, ensuring that your actions are guided by wisdom and aligned with the person you aspire to be. Daily reflection, a tool for self-mastery. Daily reflection is a transformative practice that helps us understand why we behave the way we do and empowers us to make intentional decisions. Marcus Aurelius embraced this practice, asking himself questions such as, did I act in alignment with my virtues today? Where did I fall short? How can I improve tomorrow? These questions are not about self-criticism, but about fostering self-awareness and growth. Reflection helps us recognize patterns in our behavior, particularly moments where we've reacted impulsively or let emotions take control. By observing ourselves without judgment, we gain insight into how external circumstances influence our decisions and emotions. Over time, this practice builds a habit of thoughtful responses rather than automatic reactions, shaping our future with intention. Reflection ensures that every day becomes a step toward becoming the person we aspire to be. The trap of external validation. In today's world, it's easy to seek validation through social media, societal expectations, or the approval of others. However, Marcus Aurelius teaches that true fulfillment comes from within, not from external praise. When we rely on others' opinions to define our self-worth, we surrender our emotional stability. Praise may uplift us, but criticism can bring us down, creating an emotional roller coaster. By focusing on internal growth instead of external validation, we reclaim our power. Marcus Aurelius believed that only our thoughts, actions, and decisions are within our control. Whether others praise or criticize us is irrelevant if we remain true to our principles and purpose. This shift from external approval to internal progress builds resilience and confidence, allowing us to navigate life with peace and strength. Ask yourself, am I doing what's right? Am I staying true to my values? Am I growing each day? Living for personal growth rather than validation fosters freedom and empowerment. The illusion of perfection. In a fast-paced world, we often chase perfection, waiting for the right moment to act. We spend time overthinking, strategizing, and fearing failure, believing everything must align perfectly before moving forward. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that perfection is an illusion. Perfectionism arises from the fear of failure or a desire for approval, yet true progress comes from action, not endless preparation. No matter how much we refine something, there will always be room for improvement. What matters most is doing our best with the resources we have at the moment. Each imperfect step forward is still progress. Growth comes from learning through action, not from waiting for flawless conditions. By embracing imperfection, we move closer to our goals and free ourselves from the paralysis of perfectionism. The essence of Marcus Aurelius's teachings lies in cultivating mindfulness, discipline, and purpose to navigate life's challenges and achieve personal growth. Here's a synthesis of the core ideas. 1. Daily reflection. Reflecting daily on our actions and thoughts fosters self-awareness. This isn't about criticism but growth, identifying patterns, aligning actions with values, and making intentional decisions to improve incrementally. Questions like, did I act according to my virtues? And how can I improve tomorrow? Help guide this process. 2. Internal validation over external approval. True fulfillment arises from inner progress, not external validation. Relying on others for approval makes us vulnerable to their praise or criticism, creating emotional instability. By focusing on personal values and growth, we reclaim control, build resilience, and gain lasting self-worth. 3. Action over perfection. Waiting for perfection hinders progress. Growth comes from taking consistent action, learning from mistakes, and refining through experience. Imperfect action builds momentum, teaching us that progress is more valuable than unattainable perfection. 4. Staying present. The present moment is our only true power. Dwelling on the past or worrying about the future saps energy and focus. By practicing mindfulness, we engage fully with life, make better decisions, and find joy in the journey, not just the destination. 5. Self-discipline as a foundation. Self-discipline bridges the gap between where we are and where we aspire to be. It requires making tough choices, resisting distractions, and consistently aligning actions with long-term goals. Delayed gratification leads to lasting rewards, while habitual effort compounds over time to create significant achievements. 6. Gratitude and resilience. Gratitude grounds us in the present, helping us appreciate what we have while working toward what we desire. This mindset fosters resilience, allowing us to face life's uncertainties with calm and clarity.